This 80-kilometer ride from Rancho Luna to Trinidad was probably one of the toughest rides we had on this tour. It started off with some rolling hills, and actually the first hill we did was pretty steep, coming out of Rancho Luna, and then it was into an area that had lots of rolling hills, some of them quite steep, and then another area of rolling hills. And then eventually we got to some flat area, but the wind was so crazy that even when things were going down, we had to keep pedaling to keep moving forward. But all things considered, a pretty interesting ride. Also, there was an area where there was tons of crabs all over the place, which was interesting. Oh yeah. Middle of the mountains here. Isn't too hilly, but we've got about 10K to get to the coast on our ride to Trinidad. It's been lovely today, not too hot, but it's starting to get hot. The water supply is holding up well. We're about 20 kilometers from Trinidad, and the road is covered with crabs, like this guy here. He's making a big deal about it. They're trying to make their way across the road to lay their eggs. This guy's gonna try and fight me. Watch out for crabs. Boo, he almost dead. There they go, trying to get across the road. Are you gonna make it? I don't think so. Because the cars come by and kill them. You can see they're all over the place. And their pincers will puncture your tires. We got a flat here last time, didn't we? I do. And there's a beach down here, I remember. Yeah. Wanna go swimming? Arriving in Trinidad. You go right. This will be quieter. Start checking places out, I guess, eh? Back in 2001 when we came to Cuba, none of our accommodations were booked ahead of time. We had to arrive in towns and scout around and look for places to stay and talk to people and find somewhere to stay. All that's changed now. Most of this trip was booked on Airbnb for us, with the exception of our stay here in Trinidad, which was a last-minute change where we decided to just come to this town because it's a fun place to visit. But we also knew since it was such a popular destination, there would be lots of places to stay. But it did require looking at a bunch of places before we found one to our liking. We made it to Trinidad. We were going to go to La Boca, but we went a little bit shorter, and this place is a bit more interesting. And
we're tired.
We're tired.
It was a long ride.
80 kilometers, but a lot of hills, and the last 20, the wind was brutal.
Climbing down the hills.
Look at our room here. This is definitely one of the nicer places that we looked at. We looked at a whole bunch of places. Easy to find a place here in Trinidad. Nice. Courtyard here. Got our bike over there. And this is the main part of the house is over here. Let's a quick look through here. Two. Hola.
Hola.
Trinidad, founded in 1514, is one of the cultural treasures of Cuba. In 1988, it was declared a World UNESCO Heritage Site, and there's lots of interesting things to see. There's some beautiful colonial architecture. You can wander the cobblestone streets or take in some great Cuban music. There's great music at the Casa de Trova as well as the Casa de Musica, which are both places you can get into for one cost of one kook, which is the equivalent of $1 US, and see band after band playing.